Bom dia a todos. Good morning to everyone. We'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you for registering and for participating in our event. Professor João Falcão e Cunha the Dean of FEUP, will open the event.
Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to open this intense 3 days and a half of work at BIN, Business Innovation Network at FEUP. I was 1 year ago in Sheffield for the previous event, and it's really a case that time flies, so we are the ones who've been there can understand this. It is a great honor to receive here all of you who are already here, and approximately 500 other people and colleagues who registered for this event, and for all the events that will constitute this BIN at FEUP. So we have over 500 delegates registered for this. About 1/3 are coming from 40 other countries, and it's really nice to be able to welcome you at FEUP and also at UPTEC, which is co-hosting this BIN. So I'd like to thank very much Professor Novaes Barbosa and Professor Carlos Brito, who are standing here, for all the support of UPTEC and of the University of Porto for this event. This is not the first time that we've been collaborating for BIN, and it will certainly be a cooperation for the future. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if it's here, but this event is co-organized with University of Sheffield and University of São Paulo in Brazil. And I'd like to thank all their cooperation, in particular to Professor Richard Jones, and even if he's not here, he will be here, and I thank him and all his team for continuous support, and also Professor Vanderlei Banhato from University of São Paulo, who will be the next organizer at BIN. So thank you very much to you and all your colleagues that are being or have been involved and will be involved in this event. I'd also like to thank the companies and organizations that have been supporting this BIN at FEUP, and in particular Deloitte and Santander Universities, which are the premium supporters. There is, as I said, a vast amount of meetings and other events that are taking place. I will just mention 40 business-to-business meetings, 14 action tank sections, and 11 keynote presentations. I must also state that we'll have soon with us the European Commission Commissioner Violeta Bulc. She is arriving soon, and she will address this audience soon. So it's really a distinction to be able to welcome her at the University of Porto, at FEUP, and UPTEC also. So, I think that's all. I hope you'll enjoy your stay in FEUP and in UPTEC and University of Porto. I hope you'll enjoy your stay at Porto. It seems we are having a very good weather, so I hope it will remain very good, at least for the next 3 days, so you can enjoy not only BIN at FEUP, but also BIN at Porto. Just to finish, or before I finish, there are 3 people I would like to thank. and these are from our faculty, people who've been involved with BEAM since it started. In particular, Carlos Oliveira, who's been extremely supportive, and in particular for organizing this event, and who's been working for over a year now. I would like to thank Olivia Rocha, I'm not sure if she's here, and in particular Pedro Coelho, who introduced me. Thank you very much, and congratulations for all the work we've done.
Fantastic, they have already stolen 3 minutes of that speech in the timer. Hello everybody, I'm Michael from Sweden, and I'm so happy to be here to talk a bit about innovation and how it works. When Pedro asked me if I could of engineering, but I'm sorry to say, I studied economics and social science when I studied once in a while. My aim at that time, when I was young, was to work for the foreign ministry or something in Sweden. And the last semester we made a study visit to Stockholm, and I realized that working for the Swedish foreign ministry was really, really boring. So I decided to do something else. So Iveco Trucks, and they needed a marketing director for Sweden and Norway, so I did that for a couple of years. And go to Porto to learn to wave surf. I never got to Porto to learn to wave surf, but I got to Porto anyway because I started working with helping startups in the region between Sweden and Denmark. And that is what I still do. Tell you some things. And what I think is important to remember, because you very often listen to people on stage in the southern part of Sweden, or in total Sweden for that sake. The last thing is that we need to remember that a lot of innovation actually happens by accident. This is a picture of one of the inventions from Mr. Edison. It's the phonograph. He invented it because he thought that people were going to use it to record their relatives so they could listen to them when they were dead. That was the main reason why he invented the phonograph. Innovative. Well, I will spend a couple of minutes. Value for money. That's the key. What drives innovation is that having a society that is business. Not all startups, not all innovation comes out of universities. That is the truth.
And integrate them into higher level products. And we see this already emerging in some of the European ports. The other one is airports, which are becoming an innovative source. Ensure interoperability in order to ensure that the carrier business can be developed also in road mode, and that will enable a development of completely new set of value-added services in transport. Incredible opportunity for innovation. We're hoping to achieve that. Is that are one of the core goals of European Commission. Another view, which is another area that is developing really fast, and it's global markets for smart cities have grown from 5.1 billion in 2015, and Europe is in a pretty good way to benefit from these opportunities. Today, out of top 10 biggest European corporate R&D investors, multiple effects. Because right now, what happens is it's not a lack of investments per se, in all phases, and they can spin off the results, partial results, as soon as possible.
With how to do business plans. And that was wrong. The new thing about is go out there and talk to the customers. See what the customers they want. Fine. Basic research, applied research, new knowledge, new product. Curiosity driven, as the article that I found, get out of their ivory tower. Now, who should lead? If the universities that are analytical, very logical, were running the show, they will have a dry, over-logical, slower, never at the moment situation. If the government will run the show, we would, like nepotism, party, politics, and so on, they want us to vote, to become again, to have, a new government. And if the business actually, they will run this and follow the rules, that's good enough. Okay? And here, if we go to optimize the industry, we will have, because that's what they are looking, innovation, they are looking for the needs of the citizens.
Is that the higher council is control your apply for a new university if you have enough laboratory, enough infrastructure to establish a new one. That picture is we call UPTEC. This is the Scientific and Technological Research Council of Turkey, established in 1963. So that the UPTEC
and giving the tools for startups all over the place to really help search and be fast in the way that they validate their business model hypothesis. If you look at a large organization, where I also work, you will see something like that, where large organizations, because of all the protocols, because of all the managerial trajectories, genealogies, and how they are used to work and how they are used to assess by financial metrics or by the people, is a much more structured, and rigid process. Why? Because they emphasize execution. So we have the two models that basically you can help and you can aid by these new insights. But if you look at any data of innovation rankings, what do you get? This is the last Fast Company ranking, one of them, but if you pick any ranking of innovation, 8 out of 10 of the, of the key players are scalable startups. So around 75% of all these in these rankings are scalable startups. So companies that have less between 5, no more than 5, 6 years, but they have been scaling, searching a business model, and definitely creating customers. Large organizations. I have been working and will be working for the next 2-3 years with large organizations, especially in traditional sectors. Many challenges they have, and they have been trying to learn, but it's not easy for large organizations to really learn about this. So can you create an organization that executes and innovates, that executes and search? Good question. Tuchman and O'Reilly have called it the ambidextrous organization. It's a good theoretical concept, and we want to follow and to foster that one, but it's not easy in practice. But that's how we should do it. And again, the startup lessons can be built into the organization to create this ambidextrous organization. Now, what is it? An ambidextrous is basically organization is that you execute your core, your business model, what you are good at, but also you are exploring the edge of your business model. You are searching what is next in the technology, in your market, in the geography, and so on.
have the mobile internet of computational knowledge. They have the, now I have to move over here to see what's there, Internet of Things, cloud technology, advanced robotics, autonomic vehicles, next generation genomics, energy storage, 3D printing, advanced materials, advanced oil and gas exploration and recovery, and renewable energy. I think autonomous underwater vehicles is a very, very difficult word to say. It's going to be very important. I'm going to have a discussion with the company here in Porto on Wednesday to explore the possibilities. I have a market for that. I just need somebody to develop the technology. So we see the capex is going on. There's more dubious that some of this project is going to be done. Which means that less investment means that you have to invest smarter, that you have to come up with more innovative solutions in order to be in the market. If you look at the figure at the right-hand side here, you can see that the expected findings, so what we expect to find in 2010 to 2019, is in 1,500 meters water depth or more. Down there, just think about the steel thickness. I think the world record now for a kind of tank is 860 meters. I think I've seen figures of CO2 cut-off. My biggest project, or the biggest project I've ever participated in, is the development of the Hadrian field in the North Sea. That is the biggest floating structure ever made. It's 282,000 tons displacement. It produces it did produce 220,000 barrels of oil per day. It has to mix and to be used to bring the prices of the technology down.
So, today I will try to talk to you about value, knowledge and innovation. And in this case, I will try to give you an overview of our small experience that we have in Technical Transfer Office. We will have a lot of pleasure to receive you there. So I work in Technical Transfer Office at university. Can help, in fact, to move from the idea to the market. And we will try to give you some inputs that I suppose the first point starts from the idea, right? And the question is, what should be the good idea? What are good ideas? Every day we have a lot of ideas. And the point is, if the idea that some of our researchers or faculty members show us, in fact, they have some potential, some commercial potential, in fact, or not. Potential enough to create a new spin-off or not. In fact, we recommend to them it's not a good idea to go away, to move forward, to create a spin-off, and unfortunately we are right, because they were based only in one product, in one type of products, not in multi-type of products. If in fact these problems could be, resolved and could be answered with our technologies or with our ideas.
It's a time where also from the idea to building a billion-dollar company in Japan.
Precisamos um espaço muito mais pequeno, não é?
just approach, just want to speak a little bit about this piece that we have here. No, just try to be happy, no problem. Well, just to say that this is also a product of the collaboration of our delegates. We started thinking about doing something in Portuguese, in a Portuguese product. Cork is probably the best product that we have. And so we addressed the major producer of cork in Portugal and worldwide is Porto Amorim. We challenged them to offer us some blocks of cork. We invited also Idea.Tem. It's a design product company that is a spin-off from FEUP. It's also based in UPTEC, our partner for the event. And we challenged them to do a concept of a piece that could represent networking. So that's why we have here, and the inauguration is just, it's good to have it when people are already using it and doing business. We will ask also to Júlio Martins from Idea.Tem to explain a little bit about this project, and also from Porto Amorim, we will have Engenheiro Carlos Manuel to speak also about the cork, the product itself, and the business of Amorim. Also just a special thank you to Xavier Carvalho, our retired professor here at the Faculty of Engineering. He's the cork man, the guy that has been working in cork for a long time, and he was a very important key in this effort, because when we had a problem of putting all these partners together, he was the right key to make it happen. So big thank you to you. So can you just address what was the concept?
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Our challenge was to create a piece where the keyword was networking.
Just for an idea, cultural idea about cork. In Portugal, we have approximately 725 hectares producing cork trees. Means approximately 52% of the cork available in the world. But Portugal is transforming around 75% of the cork. Why? Because we are bringing some raw material from Spain, because Spain is not so far. We have in Portugal, we have factories close of the Spanish border, so we are transforming 75%. Another interesting thing about the cork forest is the environment. Only the Portuguese cork forest, old, fixed, approximately 5 million tons of CO2 every year. Another important thing, in Portugal we have the biggest biodiversity center in Portugal. Nobody knows it, only few people knows that, because the cork forest in the south of Portugal. About the Amorim. In Amorim, we are selling our cork for approximately 140 different countries. The turnover of this year, the forecast is 600 million euros. Just cork. Employees, around 3,500 people working in Amorim Group. We have also different cork products. One of them, one company, business unity called Amorim Irmãos, just for cork stoppers. Wine corks, champagne corks, and the other ones. Composition cork sheets, this is another company for different applications like building industry, transportation, shoes industry, gifts, and so on. Amorim Revestimentos is another company for flooring, basically flooring. Is with capacity to produce approximately 10 million square meters of cork floor tiles every year. And finally, Amorim Instrumentos, that's my business unity for this product. I would like to tell you that's important. This color is because the product is 100% natural. How is the industrial process? We get the cork from the trees, directly from the forest to the factory, transform into the cork granules, introduced in one box we call autoclave, temperature of 350 degrees, more or less, change the color because the temperature, and expand in this box because the temperature and the agglomeration happen naturally without any kind of additives, just cork. That means that's unique, 100% natural. Even the cork stoppers, natural cork stoppers, sometimes are not so natural like this product because needs some treatment to go for the buckling, to go into the buckle. And then we have the standard quality, basically for insulation, for building insulation, for walls, facades, roofs, anti-vibration, and so on. It's a very good product in terms of thermal insulation. And here, just to mark to a little difference compared with some other materials. For instance, this cork, the lambda is 0038 or 0040, and there are other materials in the market with better lambda.
Innovators use, and we just have no idea how they're going to use that. In this idea, entrepreneurs will make innovations and just test them in the market. And if they sell, they're good innovations, and if they don't, they're not. Just do what they want, as he said.
And of course, it's quite important, and I think it's a kind of different relation in the relation between science and ethics, because normally ethics used to be the watchdog of the science. I don't know if it is a win, if it is inside them, because the way, and for me it's one of the big questions when you are talking about the vector of ethics in responsible research conduct, is the way the science now is made. You have to do much better, much faster.
Right, and so this is something important. But I think it's missing, because in the past people studied more philosophy, they understood better how we used to live in society, and there are things that you should practice and things that you should not, because it's not good for living society, that's all. It's not that's a lie or it's not good. You know, if you start to make babies out of glass tubes, that may be a problem. Oh, I face one or the other. And in Brazil, they are making regulation about using of genetic products and everything. And we try to follow, but never being prohibitive. But we have not faced big problems, I don't think.
You are meant to resolve them.
Yeah, and normally good sense is better than good laws, right?
And yeah, Michael, since you work and you impact a lot of areas, multiple areas, what can you say about such we have a huge question, huge reflections. What can you say concerning education, arts, technology?
But at the end of the day, the foundation is a venture philanthropy. And by definition, that makes our mission a outcome-focused grant maker. Right? And when it comes to outcomes, in our mission statement, it's social impact. So I like what Vanderlei was saying before. There's that scientific side of, you can't stop science. It's the discovery of what's around us, and I totally agree with that.
Teaching, innovation.
Yes, that's the difficult one. What is innovation? We've heard today some new ideas about the more automatic car. You don't need a driver, for instance. And then you need to explain to and then you need to explain to the public that after all, funds some of that research. Why do we need such innovation? I drive my Alfa Romeo. If it goes fully autonomous, where's the fun? I wouldn't like to go out and drive my Alfa Romeo as kind of a passenger. I would like to be the driver and have that experience. So, would you support that kind of innovation? But then someone would say, if I had some kind of disability, that I would be unable to drive the Alfa Romeo, then you might say, yes, I do need some assistance and some help from technology. So I think it's important to explain to our sponsors, to our patrons, why we do the research that we do, why do we need to innovate and keep innovating, and never undermine the public that, after all, funds much of that new work, that innovative work. It doesn't mean that we have to stop innovating or stop reducing further or eliminating the impact of aviation emissions to the environment. So we do have that responsibility, and some of the concepts that we might develop
to say something more about why.
But I think there's also a big gulf between what scientists think people want and what people actually do want. I mean, I think there's a great phrase, Harry Rick has this great phrase of the folk social science of scientists, where people have working scientists and working technologists often have a set of preconceptions about what wider publics want that are often not actually how things turn out. And I remember when we were thinking about nanomedicine in the UK Research Council about what areas of priorities we should use, we did actually run a public engagement exercise to inform that. And actually this comes back to this question of autonomy.
Very closely, and I think producing students that are entrepreneurs and everything, but they're already discovering that. I mean, what's their chance?
The last articles, yes. And a meta-analysis committed ethics misconduct.
Integrity, I think we may talk in three.
People that there are a great deal of advantages in not having humans behind the wheel of these machines. So from a social perspective,
if we go back to autonomous systems and
These type of machines making an ethics behavior. And the example is, imagine if the car goes in the street and there is a kid in the street. What type of ethical decision it will make? It will kill the kid? It will protect the owner of the vehicle? How can you make a program that we will have an ethical decision? So it's quite interesting, this way that
proprietary issues regarding the knowledge, but then you need to deliver it in an open access environment, and it is very much